A few comments on statutory interpretation. Statutes are a major source of law, your raw material. Familiarise yourself with the structure and the language of Acts of Parliament. Some are short, just a handful of sections. Others are large and are broken into parts with schedules at the end. But it is the section which is the main building block. Be able to identify the long title and the short title. For example, if you look at the Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2010, and you can download a PDF copy from Parliament's website for free, you'll see in large print the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2010. And the final section, section 6, says this act may be cited as the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2010. The long title at the beginning is an act to make provision for and in connection with the imposition of duties for securing sound public finances. And in brackets, the date the act was given royal assent, the 10th of February 2010. After the enactment formula, which is always the same, be it enacted by the Queen's Most Excellent Majesty, by and with the advice and consent of the Lords Spiritual and Temporal and Commons, in this present Parliament assembled, and by the authority of the same, as follows. Then the sections and subsections. Sometimes there are schedules. Slapper and Kelly are very good on the structure of Acts of Parliaments. Now, statutes can do many things. They can create new bodies, grant powers, impose duties on bodies and individuals, perhaps to carry out particular acts, to make reports to the Secretary of State or to Parliament, to give reasons for a decision, or to carry out a particular procedure. Or they can create criminal offences, or authorise new taxes and charges. Have a look at a range of statutes. As I say, they're available on the Parliament's website. What is the new body, power, duty, or whatever? Consider how the words of the statute govern how that power may be used, or what procedure must be followed. You will often see a section listed as interpretation of part, or interpretation of act, or interpretation and consequential provision. Those sections are very important in interpreting the Act itself, and of course some language may require reference to the Interpretation Act of 1978, or to other aids to interpretation. Again, it's a useful exercise to make a list of them from your manual or textbook. Then, of course, there's the literal rule, the golden rule, the mischief rule, and the more modern purposive approach. Very often you'll hear criticisms that statutes these days are very badly drafted. Well, actually, you can find stuff going back well over 150 years where this complaint is being made. It's worth considering the reasons why it is so difficult to get legislation which is always perfect. And Francis Benyon, in his book on statutes, outlines some of those problems. Again, it's something worth thinking about. So there we are. Statutory interpretation is very much a foundation of your legal studies. Thank you.